Think about this for a second. A video goes viral where a woman asks her boyfriend if he'd take a celebrity hall pass, basically permission to sleep with a superstar, no strings attached. He says no. He says he loves her too much to betray their relationship. Instead of being happy, she looks at him like he just told her the earth is flat. She's shocked. She literally cannot process that a man would choose loyalty over a better opportunity. It's like she's looking at a unicorn in the middle of a grocery store. Why is that? Why have we been programmed to believe that men are just walking biological urges with a wallet attached? If you've ever felt like your deeper emotions were being ignored or dismissed as just wanting one thing, you aren't alone. Society loves a simple story, but the psychology behind why men seek connection is way more complex than most people realize. Today, we're going to peel back the layers on why the world is wrong about what men really want. Let's start with a profile we'll call the connection hunter. Imagine a guy named Jason. Jason's been dating someone for a few months, and he's constantly initiating physical closeness, hugging, holding hands, and yes, sex. His partner starts to pull back, thinking, is this all he thinks about? But here's the thing. Jason hasn't told her he had a rough week at work. He feels invisible to his boss, and he's feeling lonely. For many men, physical intimacy is the only socially acceptable way to get the emotional validation they crave. Because men are often taught to hide their feelings, the bedroom becomes the only place they feel safe being vulnerable. When Jason reaches out, he isn't just looking for a physical release, he's looking for a sign that he actually matters. It's what psychologists call touch hunger. Have you ever used physical closeness just to feel like someone finally saw the real you? Then there's the loyalty ghost. This is the guy who, like the boyfriend in that viral video, stays faithful even when it's difficult. Look at Mark. Mark has a girlfriend who is constantly testing him. She might even have her friends flirt with him just to see if he'll bite. When he stays loyal, she doesn't feel more secure and she gets confused. She's internalized the narrative that all men cheat so deeply that Mark's loyalty actually breaks her brain. She's looking for a walking erection, but she found a human being with values. The problem here is a total disconnection from male emotional reality. Mark stays because his self-respect and his bond with her are worth more than a 20-minute ego boost. If you've ever been tested because someone couldn't believe you are actually a good man, you know exactly how frustrating this profile can be. But here's the twist. Let's look at the emotional translator. This is the guy who lives in a world where he's told his needs don't exist. Think of David. David wants to talk about his fears or his dreams, but whenever he tries, the conversation somehow shifts back to what he can do or what he can provide. Eventually, David stops talking. He starts using physical intimacy as a substitute for the conversation he isn't allowed to have. This creates a vicious cycle. The woman thinks he only wants sex. David thinks she doesn't care about his heart. They are speaking two different languages. Psychologically, David is trying to regulate his nervous system through the only connection he has left. He's not being pushed by his hormones, he's being pushed by his isolation. Are you actually obsessed with sex, or are you just starving for a deep conversation? Another profile is the humanized provider. This is a man who realizes that the walking wallet narrative is a trap for everyone involved. He's the guy who wants to be loved for who he is, not what he brings to the table. When a man feels that his only value is his utility, his job, his car, his money, he feels a deep sense of resentment. He might lean into physical intimacy because it's the only time he feels like a person instead of a paycheck. High-value relationships happen when a partner sees the man's complexity. They realize that men have a deep need for connection, affection, and understanding that has nothing to do with the bedroom. When a man's humanity is recognized, the need for constant physical validation often settles down into a much healthier, more stable connection. Look, the future of relationships depends on us rejecting these cheap, simple stories. Men aren't biological robots. We are emotionally complex beings who need to feel seen,
heard, and valued just as much as anyone else. When we reduce men to just wanting one thing, we rob them of their humanity and we destroy the chance for real intimacy. Understanding this isn't about blaming anyone. It's about growth. It's about building a world where a man saying no to a celebrity hall pass isn't a shock, it's just a sign of a healthy, connected human being.
So, how does this land for you? Have you ever had your emotional needs dismissed as just a sex drive? Or maybe you're a woman who realized today that the man in your life is carrying a lot more than he lets on. These are the conversations that actually change things. If you're tired of the simplistic narratives and want to keep digging into the real psychology of human behavior, hit that subscribe button and join us. Let's keep figuring out how to be more human together. Thanks for watching, and stay loyal to yourself.